Hello, everyone. Today is Monday, March 18th, 2024, at 8:45 a.m. in the morning exactly. So, the fact that the perps, they must know that that I have court tomorrow, and so now they're gang stalking me extremely heavy. So, um, last night, um, I didn't get to fall asleep until after 4 o'clock this morning. And my sleep wasn't that great. But around 2:30 or something, my mind and my body tricked me into thinking that I was gonna sleep excellent. So um after the last video last night, let's see. I brushed my teeth, but I was too depressed to take a shower. And then I'm sorry for TMI, but um my menstruation started this morning. So but then like tomorrow um tomorrow I have to go to court, and hoping I don't end up going back to jail. So their gang stalking me extra heavy, and yeah, like when I went to jail, I was menstruating but almost off of it. But good thing it wasn't heavy flow. But but um even the other women in jail were talking about how, being on your period while in jail, like, is the worst, or it's very horrible, so, and they don't allow you to, like, be clean or anything. So it's like, if jail or prison is so bad, that I'm surprised that we were able to have this time around. I'm surprised we were, and the other time too. I'm surprised we were able to have, like, the free will to get to use the bathroom, but it was supposed to be considered a privilege, to wash your hands. And the jail dorm was handled in a way that it was like this past time I went to jail, it was reminiscent of dealing with how you deal with in homeless shelters. The only thing is, they don't kick you out early in the morning like they do at homeless shelters. So anyway, excuse me, I walked on the way to breakfast, and I don't recall any gang stalking activity, but the moment I started to tell the front desk agent, about the court date tomorrow, this lady magically appeared out of nowhere. Like, she wasn't there a few seconds ago, and she just magically appeared out of nowhere right when I started to tell the front desk agent about the court date. And the front desk agent was wearing a red shirt. So I got my reservation for today, and I turned around, and they had these two older white men, and I don't remember what color truck it was. They looked like as if they were monitoring, like they were staring at me and monitoring my They were staring at me and monitoring my my transaction with trying to. They were staring at me and monitoring my transaction on paying for the hotel room. I mean, another hotel night. So, and then it's like they sat there and even wanted to monitor me walk out of the building. So then there was this other truck that was a gray truck. If the hotel agents never, if they didn't say anything, how did these stalkers know where my room was? No, I'm sorry, the truck wasn't gray, it was silver. A silver truck with, it was a silver truck with, the tail light on the back. It seemed like it was a little bit broken on the back, like chipped off on the back right side. And they had black tinted windows. So I don't know who it was in the truck. And what they did was I felt blocked because they these fuckers went to park like right by my hotel room and made sure they beat me there. They made sure that they beat me there, beat me to my hotel room, and got in the parking spot and parked there, right before, excuse me. And I'm like, y'all don't stay here. I didn't tell them anything, but I'm thinking in my head, y'all don't stay here. So why don't they get a fucking trespassing charge? I mean, but, the online purpose will make sure I'm wrongfully kicked out of here. If I was to do it like videoing and publicize, my whole entire walk or whatever, so they, and I didn't have my phone with me. And so, so the perp had like a silver truck with tinted windows, like even the windshield is tinted, and so they wanted to fake monitor me walk inside of my hotel room. And I went to go grab my phone to try to take a quick picture, since they would have froze my phone if I would have took a video. So I took a couple of quick pictures, and I guess he fraudulently and illegally drove off a little too far off, so that when I tried to expand the picture, the license plate number wasn't clear. But they had another perp in the park near one of the hotel rooms on my way walking here, and the perp had like a white Chevy truck, and I just saw somebody on their phone, but I didn't get to see the person's face, but I saw them on their phone, and they had like 4 tail lights, and the one on the lower left side, was out while the other 3 were activated and on, So he had strange tail lights, but I took mental note of the license plate number and took it down. But the one in the white truck, I'm not sure if they actually stay here or not. But the one in the silver truck definitely was trespassing, or they don't fucking stay here. And the same thing with the perps with the other truck, that they wanted to pretend to fake monitor me. Like they were watching me the whole time while I was, paying for, the reservation for tonight. And so, the perp at the in-town suites, um, the extended stay hotel, the manager had never got back to me. So I'm assuming that she ignored me on purpose. And I guess I'm wrongfully banned for the rest of my life and wrongfully and undeservingly on the do not rent list. So it's like when you expose gang stalking, you get wrongfully banned from places. So, and the online criminal stalkers illegally tracking my every move and working right alongside the in-person stalkers. So I mean, but anyway, so like, I don't know exactly how much money will be spent today, but I mean on food, but if it weren't for that, it's like if I were to already have food or didn't have to worry about food for today, then I would have. I mean, I would have had just enough for another hotel night, but as I said, I may not end up going to jail tomorrow. Going back to jail tomorrow. But the perps are hoping for it. The perps and narcissistic abusers, they are hoping for it. It's like they so badly want me to be just, in their eyes, guilty. They just have their minds made up, to falsely believe that I'm guilty and wrong. And like judges aren't perfect, but I heard that all court judges are like the entire judicial system and stuff and law enforcement. I heard that they're all Freemasons. So I don't know about all lawyers, but some people say all doctors are Freemasons. So excuse me. Well, if it is true that all doctors are Freemasons, then I'm glad I did not become one, like I wanted to be. So yeah, so I will have like partially enough, like for a hotel room for tomorrow night. So I need help with the funds for like excuse me. I would need help with funds for an Uber ride to and from I'm maybe assuming like $30, but I might have I would need help with the funds to take an Uber ride to court tomorrow, and then on the way coming back, I might have to find a way to ask somebody if I don't end up going to jail tomorrow, then a lot of people saying that it won't. If I were to be so-called convicted, there are a lot of people saying that I may not, since it's the arraignment, excuse me, I heard that I may not, that there's a high chance, and especially, I heard that there's a chance I may not have to go back to jail tomorrow, but the fact that, the corrupt gang stalkers are making it like as if they're going to make sure I'm going back to jail, because you feel like this is punishment for not joining your kingdom of darkness cult, the Luciferian satanic sex cult, that you're trying to sex traffic me, and you're stalking and tracking my every move and illegally finding out, these online stalkers are tracking and stalking and trying to monitor everything I do, both online and in person. And somehow, even when my account is private, they still know everything I post. So, if I have a private account or if I have a private video, they still illegally know everything. So, they're bragging about, it's like working with law enforcement to make sure that they take me down, but y'all are not being fair at all. You sabotage my job, you sabotage my housing. And yeah, last night I had I had a nightmare. Well, not last night. This morning when I was asleep, I had a nightmare about I had a nightmare that Officer Allison Christiana actually did slam me to the ground and busted my face in the dream shortly before I woke up. So last night, I was having extreme panic attacks and was thinking, feeling extremely depressed, and, I can't say anything else, but extremely depressed and having extreme panic attacks, and last night, I was having panic attacks, and I was on the verge, not in the middle of the night, I was having panic attacks and on the verge of crying. And I forgot to mention that the night before last, I had a nightmare that Krishan guy that, put the final nail in the coffin to manipulate for me to be forced to quit the job. I actually went to jail on that boy's birthday. Criminal, illegal, satanic birthday, Fraudulently and illegally turned 27 years old. He was 26. And, 3 days after you be the cause of me being forced to have to quit is your birthday. And that's the doggone day I end up going to jail. I really think this jail incident was like a satanic ritual on me. And so, yeah, super early yesterday morning when I was asleep, that Krishan guy, me and him got into an actual argument and were about to fight in the dream. But in real life, I couldn't fight him. Even though he's a little person, excuse me, excuse me, but yeah, he was in my doggone dream, and I wasn't even thinking about him before I went to sleep a couple of nights. No, the night before last, or early yesterday morning. I wasn't even thinking about him, but then I had a nightmare that me and him had a heated argument and were about to fight in the doggone dream. And I'm like, well, they doing dream manipulation on me, especially the dream manipulation to remind me and re-traumatize me all over again about the cop. And I guess, if they will send these kinds of dreams to the target to try to threaten you and make you feel scared. So, excuse me. So yeah, I forgot to, all those videos I did yesterday, and I forgot to mention, about that nightmare or bad dream about the Krishan guy. So, yeah, those 5 boys, like, before I approached them, I mistakenly thought that they were all men. I didn't realize that some of them were children until after I approached them. Yeah, I approached them and confronted them. But if I would have just started filming and recording and didn't say anything, they would have flipped out and confronted me. But, they were trying to make sure I was wrongfully jailed that night on the 25th, February 25th. That was a satanic ritual high day. Full moon and everything. I don't remember. One of those days, usually it looked like there'd be a full moon more than one night, or close to it. Hold up. So, wow, they came really early. It's 9:03 a.m. 9:09 a.m. in the morning. So, yeah, they came really early today. So, well, I had a banana nut muffin and apple juice today. So, yeah. So, yeah, I heard that, for an arraignment, that you don't always go to jail that first time. There's a chance you might not, But the online stalkers, the fake Aquarian Doris perp who lied and said she owns me. Don't forget, we own you. And she was like, oh, there'll be free food in hotel rooms if you make the right decision and join the kingdom of darkness. So, she would bully, harass, and threaten and cuss me out just about every damn day. And falsely call me a greedy scammer and then throw up the satanic hand signs. But I never saw her comment on my twin sister's videos, though. And I never saw her in direct association with the fake Darnell Williams perp. But he also said, oh, when will you realize that we own you? Or, admit that we own you and I will leave you alone. And stuff like that, Or the fake Aquarian Doris perp will be like, stop doing videos and I will leave you alone. But when you report this to the police, what they're doing, the police will either lie and say that there's nothing they can do, or they will lie and say that the perps are not breaking any laws. But y'all sold to the devil for that qualified immunity and to be above the law. So, but they are working with law enforcement and the court system and whoever else to make sure that they wrongfully get me taken down. I do not deserve this. You sabotage my home. You online and in-person gang stalkers. You sabotage my home and job. Like, how the fuck you sabotage the job of a homeless person? So, so, yeah, so I don't know how much funds I will have today after buying my meals. And then I'm covered until tomorrow morning for a hotel room. But I would need help with funds for like an Uber, like a round trip for Uber. And I guess that might be $50 or $60 right there. And I would need help with money for food and help with money for another hotel night. I'm trying to have, what the Bible talks about, faith of a grain of a mustard seed. And try to think optimistic that I will not go to jail tomorrow. And so that's why I was asking for any of you Christian subscribers to pray for me. So the online stalkers, they trying to make a crime out of everything I do or say, and they even try to criminalize my fiction short stories. Or like, but I wonder why, and I guess when people do voodoo on you or do witchcraft on you, they made my eye itch right here. Oh, below my eye, they made it itch. So, if people do voodoo or witchcraft on you, I guess the reason why they don't go to jail, because people might say that that's hard to prove. Well, if you go in somebody's house and see all their witchcraft-related objects in the house, or if you got like a freaking Ouija board or pentagram or, candles, skulls, whatever, dolls in your house or whatever stuff, like if you're torturing, sacrifice animals in your yard and never get caught. But, anyway. So, please keep me in your prayers, any of you Christians. So, I'm going to try to take my supplements. And, I guess if I had to be in jail, I wouldn't be able to brush my teeth with my clay. And that would make the tooth abscess worse. And the clay and the green supplement, they help make it to where I will forget that I'm on my menstruation. Because if you drink enough water or drink a lot of water, no cramps. So I'm going to go for the moment. I need more sleep. I'll see y'all later.